Welcome to the Predictive Playbook. I'm your host, John Ryan. This is a very exciting show because we're talking about the Game-5 showdown in the NBA Finals. It's taking place Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Phoenix, Arizona, as the Phoenix Suns host the Milwaukee Bucks in a tied series in the NBA Finals. And Game-5 has often, more times than not, at a high percentage determined the winner of the finals. So this is probably the most critical game of the series. And I do think the pressure right now is on the Suns because they have to figure out a way to stop Chris Middleton. If you watch my Manny's Irish Pub show at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, in our last show on Wednesday, I did release a player prop that was Chris Middleton over points, assists, and rebounds, PRA, at 31.5, and he had 40 points. 12 of those points were in the last, 14 of those points were in the last 12 minutes of the game. And truly, Phoenix is going to have to make an adjustment on him alone because he is really putting the team on his back right now. And if you look at the MVP for the series odds, he's in contention right now, and it's for very real reasons. This is no fluke. And the Suns may be in trouble in Game 5 just if they don't stop him or contain him or do something different. They are not going to win in Game 5. But this has been a series of adjustments. Milwaukee did it for Game 4 and got that critical win. Phoenix was leading by 6 in that game and ended up losing by 6 because of Middleton, basically. But still, that's a very emotional loss. Those players, they're human beings just like us. And they started probably getting a little bit ahead of themselves, thinking like, wow, we're going to be up 3-1 and going back to Phoenix. And then all of a sudden, it happens. And there's no other, it's like Game 7 in the World Series. There's no more difficult out than that first one in the bottom of the ninth inning. There's no greater out than, for a no-hitter. There's no greater pressure than playing at home like the Suns are to take a 3-2 lead and know that they have a game in Milwaukee and then they also have Game 7 yet to win. That would clearly take the pressure off, at least for a little bit. But I do think Milwaukee has the momentum right now. Giannis is playing at a very high level, and now you add Chris Middleton into the mix. And Drew Holiday will up his game. I have no doubt with that. That will happen as well. And maybe he and Middleton's, their stats will be more combined between the two, unlike we saw in Game 4 where Chris Middleton just went off for 40 points and was incredible in the second half. Absolutely incredible. So we're going to take a look at this betting system for Game 5, and this is a pretty good one here. It tells you to bet the current NBA playoff game total is not more than 225 points. The series is tied. And the favorite is priced at 4 or more points. So that means a favorite of 4 or greater. Those three parameters combine for a 36, 17, and 1 under record for 68% winning bets over the last 3 seasons. And as you know from previous editions of this NBA show, the reason I use 3 seasons is because in 2017, the average team score was 106 points per game. And then there was a 5-point jump into 2018 up to 111 and change, and that was followed the next season at the same level, just a few tenths of a point higher. And this year we've gone up to 112.2. So it's important when you do these database queries to be what they call querying homogeneous like seasons. So homogeneous means similar or the same. There's really no totals above 220 when you go back previous to 2015. So even though we're looking at totals below 225, the rest of the parameters are very rare the further you go back. This is more of a modern day type of system. You may also remember I had the under along with Tony Mejia, who's on he's on the Wager Talk panel and an excellent NBA analyst and bettor. And he had a top rated 5% play on the under as well. I was a 4 unit over at Sportsmemo. So the totals for me in the NBA have been really running pretty hot. And this does qualify as a 4 unit play. And I will have a side selection being released later today on Friday. So be sure to get over to Sports Memo and get that as well. And you can really get a deal by using Ryan7, RYAN7. You get 7 days and all access of my premium picks and every game and every sport for just $39. That's a $50 savings off the $89 price that we regularly charge over at sportsmemo.com. So I hope you get on board with that. And there's also a big-time Major League Baseball special going on, too, that runs parallel with the Olympics. And I will be providing Olympics coverage beginning next week when the Olympics start, especially in track and field, swimming, basketball, and golf will be featured as well as an Olympic sport. So it's an exciting time to say the least. I can't wait for this Game 5. I almost like Game 5s better than Game 7s until Game 7 happens, then I like them better. But I do think we are probably heading to a very exciting Game 5. It could go down to the wire, and it'll just be must-see TV. So again, we are on the under here with a 36-17-1 record, 68% winning bets over the last 3 seasons. And keep in mind, there's 17 losses in this as well. 68% implies that you lose 32% of the time. So if you bet these things with a disciplined amount, the same amount every single time, and you grind it out over the course of the season, you stand a real good chance of doing quite well. So on behalf of myself, the Predictive Playbook, Sportsmemo.com, and WagerTalk.com, may all the wins be yours.